Love lifts you up where you belong. Sometimes it takes so long to find it. But when you find the love inside yourself, you become your greatest cheerleader ever. 'Cause love abides inside of you. Give it a chance, give it a chance. 'Cause love abides inside. As this color, as it is, as you are. Red matches how I feel today because I feel fantabulous. I just had a week with my family. Healing has transformed my life. I took a year just to be by myself and took away relationships, took away people, and just sat with myself to heal myself. And I didn't know that I could ever do that. I had no idea I was going to be able to do that. I don't know how the lighting is because there's light on this side and not light. And so I'm just trusting that this is going to be light enough. But I have just took the time for myself and I am in awe of how great I truly feel. And so I love to come on here and give you all in for, there, I'm gonna cross my legs and push there so nothing is revealed, okay? Because we know about all that stuff. Anyway, I am in awe of the transformation that has begun with me and it's only getting better. So today, I just spent a week with my family, with my daughter and grandson. And it was transformative because now I'm in such a great place of healing and love and forgiveness and not over giving, but giving enough and learning myself that I don't have to wear any masks, that I come as I am, and now I'm accepted as I am. And can I tell you how amazing this is? And how amazing this feels. When you do the work on yourself and you transform yourself and you stop blaming others for what happened to you or what's happening to you, and you stop looking outside of yourself for validation and comfort and love, and you start pouring all that energy back into yourself that you gave away for free to everyone else, and you mothered and parented everyone else except for yourself. And then one day you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm falling apart. My back hurts, my body's overweight, I'm eating the wrong foods, I'm running away from myself because I don't like what I see in the mirror. And you start pouring all that back while you're broken. I want to use the analogy, it's like you're just a bird that you go, 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 and you fly, 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 fly into this world, and then one day there's so many trees and resistance in your way that you keep banging into trees and things that one day all of your wings just break. One breaks and then another one breaks. And maybe a little bit cracks at first, but then they eventually break all the way. And then you're left as this little bird, or this big bird, as I was. You're left as this big, hurt bird that has broken wings. And there's nobody there to take care of you because you've trained everyone in your life that you're the caretaker and that you're the one that's going to come to their rescue. But you forgot to also make sure that if something happens to you and if you break your wings, that they will also come to you and give to you and nourish you and fix you and help you. But oftentimes us as women and us as mothers, we do so much because we think that we're a better mother if we overgive, if we enable, if we overachieve. And we let go of what's important to us, and we lose track of what's our goals are, or our aspirations. We don't even know what we like anymore. We don't even look in the mirror anymore because there's no time. We're just in survival mode raising kids. And then we do the same for our husbands because they work all day, and we want to make sure that they're extra special when they get home and treated well. But then we go to bed feeling extremely exhausted, extremely malnutritioned, extremely nutrient deficient because we didn't do anything, extremely unhealthy because maybe we didn't have time to go to a gym, and we were just giving. We were giving so much that our cup was so empty, and yet we were just using fumes, which became our nutrients, which became our minerals. And then when we did lay down, we were just like a shell of a person. And all day long, you become like a zombie, like you're running on empty, and you're just walking around with no personality, no shine, nothing, just like, yeah, okay. And you just get through it, and you get through another day, and you get through another day. And then when you do get cranky or you do get emotioned and you're crying out to your husband and saying, oh, help. And he's like, I'm working. And you just realize your shift is never over. And the reason I make these videos and the reason I talk about this now is because I wish I would have had somebody to look towards, or somebody to reassure me that I could rest, that it was okay to recharge, that it was okay to take care of myself, that it was okay to cry if I needed to cry, that it was okay to say no, that I didn't have to go to all those events, and that I didn't have to be super mom, and that I didn't have to work and take care of them and then treat my husband like he was the king and his shift was off when he got home. But yet my shift was never off. I didn't have that balance to make it all work out for myself. And then finally at 50, I said enough and walked away from all of it after the kids were raised. And it was the greatest gift I ever gave myself. But I was a selfless mom, and I sacrificed until they were raised. You get to do whatever you want in your life. There are no rules other than what feels good to you. So now I realize that my cup, I get to rest until my cup of energy is running over, and I only give the energy that's running over to the people in my life. And I know how to say no now, and I know how to say yes. I know how to let go of all my masks and just be myself, and that's enough. I don't have to overgive. I don't have to over-explain. I don't have to do anything. And just by that alone, and getting my rest, getting my proper nutrition, going to the gym, walking every day, working in my home gym, taking it carefully now that I'm in my 50s so that I don't hurt anything, but yet still being kind to myself. I have given myself the greatest gift, which is making me feel younger, and which is making me feel lighter. So I come on here to give you hope that today can be a better day, and it starts with you. It starts with finding yourself, putting yourself back on your to-do list. When you're an empty nester, I believe that if you do it right, it can be the best chapter of your life. I used to think it was the end of the road when my kids were raised. But yet there was part of me when they were young that wanted them to be raised. But then it happens so fast that you don't feel ready because you didn't pour into yourself. So today I'm giving you permission, men and women, to pour into yourself at all stages of your life. so that when you do get to that milestone of being an empty nester, that you're not the one sitting there going, oh my gosh, now what? Now I've lost myself. I don't know what to do. Now I have to wait for grandchildren. No, you make that the best chapter of your life. You start going to the gym. You start caring about yourself. You start walking every day. You start putting the proper nutrition. You get off that couch. You get off of social media, and you start saying, what can I do today to make myself happy? And then you start going on those vacations, and you start going for that job maybe that you didn't think you were qualified for, or you couldn't work it because you had kids. Now you can do anything you want to do. So now is your time to shine. So you see, at every stage of our life, we can retrain our mind for greatness. And we can put on the dress. We can put on the heels. We can do the fashion shows for no reason. We can take the pictures. We can feel good about ourselves. We can talk nice to ourselves. We can now be the star of our show because everybody was all the star for all those years. Now you get to be the shining bright star, which will feel uncomfortable at first because you're so used to putting everybody else, taking pictures for your kids and doing everything for them, that you kind of frumpied yourself up because you didn't have time. Now you get to unfrumpy yourself up, put the tight dress on, put the heels on, wow your husband if you have a husband. Don't be that frumpy housewife anymore. Be that, I can't wait. If you wonder why your husband never comes home, why would he? He's gonna see somebody on the couch looking like, yeah. Men are visual. Remember that, ladies. Get yourself together for yourself, and then it becomes a ripple effect. And if you're single like me, everywhere I go, people stare, and I get to choose when I'm ready. I get to choose if I want to date. I get to choose what's best for me, not anyone else. And in the meantime, I'm living life beautifully. I have my own home, have my own businesses. I march to the beat of my own drum. I work when I want. I travel when I want. I created a vacation lifestyle on purpose because that's what I love. So I take the things that I'm great at, which are taking care of a home and my lifestyle, and put it on video for the world to see, which in turn makes my life greater, and it gives you maybe ideas that you didn't even think about. That I spark this little interest inside of you that today is a great day, and today is only going to get better because you said so. So walk in this peace and walk in this knowledge that everything is always working out for you, and take this good energy and pour it back into yourself and make your day great again because you said so. I love you.